Today is March 16, 2026. It is 5:28 a.m. So I have a lot of videos to edit. I think yesterday I did like 6 videos. I'm still editing them. Tomorrow I may not have time. Actually, the rest of the week, jury duty again. I don't know why they keep on calling me, but anyway, that's a different story. Let's go on X. There's a lot to share with you. There's at least 2 videos I want to make. I don't think I'll be able to do it today, but let's cover this. This is the first one. Brits try to ridicule and spoil the moment for him. Now he holds an Oscar on his hand. Who laughs last, laughs best. Congratulations, Michael B. Jordan. So he won an Oscar. I didn't watch the Oscar. So there's me here. Most people didn't know about BAFTA. As soon as it came to most people's periphery, it came with a stench of racism, most likely the dislike for most people for years to come. Bien dicho. Oh, what is that? Oscar be like, sound like, what does that mean? Idiot. Who needs this coming BAFTA? Not us. So a man with a medical condition. Oh, please, that medical condition, that's not an excuse. And then he took forever to apologize. They keep on saying he apologized, but I never come across anything where either he was quoted or recorded saying his apology. It's not an excuse. Even if it was a mistake, out of all million of words that's out there, this is the one that he chose, or whatever his medical condition has, he chose it to be in that moment, and when the world is going into racism. So there's no excuse for that. There's one comment, and then under that comment, let me see what okay, yes, but as someone who has been called the N-word on countless occasions throughout my life, white people do not have the right to tell us that we shouldn't be offended or upset by the use of the word, whatever the context happened to be. That's not what I said. Okay, there's the response. You could go and do whatever. But the president of the of BAFTA then bother coming and apologize. Nothing. I think there was an apology that was said. I don't know who said it, but it took them forever. Out of many words, this is the word that they choose when 2 black men standing in front of, and then I heard that they put there was a microphone near him, so it was deliberate for everybody to hear. That kind of instigating, gaslighting people who's trying to mind their own business. One day, just one day, these people will get their upcoming. Look what's happening to Israel. They keep on instigate. They think nobody will touch them, and then they went and struck along with America. I'm from the U.S. A lot of Americans are against what's going on in Iraq, in the Middle East right now. Out of everything, they went and instigated and bombed school children. And look what's happening to them. One day, those racists will get the upcoming. My God, they refuse to leave people alone. Next tweet. I think this is... I might have to do... If I have time, I want to go over my likes because there's a lot of things that's going on. Okay, congratulations, Academy Award winner Michael B. Jordan. All right, so she retweeted that. So in conclusion, congrats, Michael B. Jordan, manifesting Academy Award winning Michael B. Jordan. Okay, she retweeted herself on March 2nd. And now it's March 15. He actually won, so she retweeted herself. This is the tweet that she posted on March 2nd. Yeah, happy for him. Congratulations. Stunning. That's an ad. And there's that. So while editing the video, and I came across this tweet making reference to the Oscars. I didn't watch it, but some of the squad were sharing during the Oscars they were watching. Okay, I love that we all had the same reaction. Hope Michael B. Jordan see all these videos. Oscars. Let's see. 45 seconds, screenshot in between.
Please, please. All right. Michael.
maybe I might go search for it. Another perspective of the Oscars, someone who was in the ballroom watching the Oscar, I think from like the stand. I'm gonna look for it after I finish read some of these. Sinners was the only thing that could get us to actually watch the entire Oscar show. LOL. This video make me happy. I hope people keep releasing them. What a wonderful year for movies. What a wonderful Oscars. Sam, we didn't make a vid, but my whole house was screaming. I didn't watch it. Let me go look for the other one that I just make reference to. Okay, so this is the video that I was making reference to. Alright, this is how other celebrities react when Michael B. Jordan won the Oscars. 26 seconds. I think there's many versions of it. We tweet, but this one, pretty much the perspective. Alright.
The Oscar goes to...
He's right here.
Michael B.
Alright. So when I went on Twitter to search for it, I came across a lot of people talking about the Oscars. So let me share some of them with you. You're not gonna see the links in the description. Like this one, I'll share it with you. Screenshot. That was January 6th. So that was a while ago. I think that's when they snubbed him from, what was the Critic Choice Award or something like that. Oh, there it is. She mentioned it. The Critics Choice Award. Okay, why Hollywood can snub Michael B. Jordan for Best Actor all they want, but the numbers don't lie. He already won. So let's listen to this. I'm not going to go in all of the comments. It's just random tweets that making reference to Michael B. Jordan for his role on Sanders. People are talking about. I'll share them with you.
Michael B. Jordan not winning the Critics' Choice Award last night was very personal. The fact that Sinners won 4 awards last night should tell you that it has nothing to do with the quality of his acting and everything to do with Michael B. Jordan as an actor himself. I want y'all to keep in mind that Michael B. Jordan has consistently prioritized Black narratives during his career. He is building a legacy built off the backs of prominent Black films. Fruitvale Station, Black Panther, the Creed franchise, and now Sinners. He is using his star power to both fund, produce, and center the Black narrative. He is creating a legacy that exists entirely outside of their validation framework. Do you think that Michael B. Jordan hasn't been asked to be a part of white narratives? Trust me, he has. They are punishing him for not being a pawn in their system to push their narrative. The awards never go to the best actors. The awards goes to those who best serve to push the dominant narrative. And the fact that Michael B. Jordan refuses to do that is why they are punishing him, right? Michael B. Jordan knows why he didn't win that award. He knows that this is a message to him that they will never award him as long as he doesn't play their game. But here's the kicker though. Here's why they really mad, right? He's proving that their game doesn't matter. That they are playing an old game that is becoming obsolete. Because Michael B. Jordan doesn't need awards to succeed, right? He is proving his greatness through box office numbers, right? Through cultural conversation, through legacy. He doesn't need awards to show his impact. What they really fear is that Michael B. Jordan is becoming the blueprint for Black creators everywhere to succeed outside of their framework. And that is why he's a problem. So shout out to Michael B. Jordan, because what you really proved tonight, what you really proved your entire career, is that you have integrity, right? And that you are better than the rest because you don't care about being awarded. You created, you care about uplifting Black voices, about pushing Black people to the pinnacle of success. And for that, my brother, that shows why you really are the greatest of all time and why we will remember you as such. We don't need them crackers awards for nothing. They not important to our culture. Fuck them.
Well, I never really pay attention to actors kind of, their their career, but listening to her bring a new perspective to me about Michael B. Jordan. It's been quite some time. Actually, since my aunt passed, she used to be the one who watched these kind of things. Boxing, let's say when, what's this guy? Like Mike Tyson, and
Michael B. Jordan not winning the
yeah, my aunt used to be the one who used to watch this kind of things, when I used to live with her and things like that. But I never really follow any specific actor's career to come to that conclusion. But listening to her, and occasionally I look at headlines here and there, so it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense to me, especially with the previous video that I just showed you with the BAFTA situation kind of thing. Actually, this part here that I'm talking now, I'm inserting. Today is March 18. It's been a couple of days since I first recorded it. I didn't have time, so I knew there were more things that were out there. Topics, tweets that were talking about the Oscars after it was finished air. So I was looking for something else and I came across this and I thought I'd share it with you. But it makes perfect sense to me with everything else that has already happened about him, especially the BAFTA. It makes perfect sense. Let's see here. I wasn't gonna focus too much on this, but I'm interested now. Let's pause. Just these two here. Okay, I still don't know anyone who has seen that Modern Supreme movie. White Supremacy Hollywood does this every generation. Denzel Washington's greatest performance was Malcolm X. He was snubbed in his prime. Now we have Michael B. Jordan greatest performance and he is snubbed. Exactly. So remember, this is not about the Oscars, okay? This was posted January 6th. So what was the Critics' Choice Award? I think that was the beginning of the award season. So that was it. I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't follow this thing that much, but I think it was the beginning of the award season. And I think the Oscars is the last. I could be wrong again. All right, white supremacy. Where was I? Now we have Michael B. Jordan greatest performance and he is snubbed. Exactly. And they're mad because they can't compete with his box office numbers. LOL. FM pause. This is why the BAFTA thing happened. Okay. Let me see what else I could share with you. All right. So there's this. That was after he won March 16. So that's Entertainment Tonight. It would have been a sin for Michael B. Jordan to not have an In-N-Out burger after his Best Actor win at the Oscar. 12 seconds. Screenshot in between. So there's a music. A couple people, is there one? Let me pause for a second. Yeah, There's a music in it I muted. Totally deserved that burger after his win. And to think Michael B. Jordan was bullied by his peers growing up. Don't know what I'm more in awe of, the award or the In-N-Out burger. Nah, should have went to a fat burger instead, lol. Alright. What else can I share with you regarding the award? I never listened to his speech. Let's see here. Maybe I'll add this. Anything else? I guess that was during the center. There was something else that I saw. They took a picture of him. Okay, let's see if this one has any audio instead of music. Yeah, this is a war version. Oh my lord. It's playing over. There's only 2 comments under this. Oh, I can't see it. Alright. So let me go back to his speech. After his speech, there's something I'm gonna look for. It's a picture of him where all the other actors, he was looking at pictures of Sidney Poitier. I think Sidney Poitier was the first black actor to get the Oscar. I'll go search for that image and share it with you, and then I'll go back to my original recording. Okay, so I did pause. I searched for it and I found it, and I'll share it with you. First, let's listen to him. Michael B. Jordan just won the Outstanding Actor in a Motion Picture and dedicates his award to the late Chadwick Boseman. All right, 1 minute and 29 seconds. I'm not gonna go in the comment, just his speech.
Woo, what's up, y'all?
Oh no!
Y'all really don't understand.
That's not the Oscar. What was this? NAACP Image Award. Okay. So, well, since I have it, mine as well. That's not the Oscar. I was like, he's wearing a different suit. He was wearing all black. But anyway, let's listen to it. I don't have his speech for his Oscar winning, but since I say I was gonna share this, there it is.
Woo, what's up, y'all? Y'all really don't understand how much this means to me. Being here, I used to come here when I was a kid, when I was about 15 years old, sneaking in through the back as best I could. And I always loved being here, man. It felt like a reunion of sorts, you know, being from New Jersey and coming out here during the summers. And this is a place where I always felt encouraged. I always felt like I was being celebrated and nourished. You guys poured into me. Even small successes, even when I was a kid, you told me it was okay to keep going because I felt seen here. I felt comfortable. I felt the love. And that's why I love being here, and I love you guys, man, so much. And I was thinking about lead actor, you know, and I was thinking about what lead actor meant to me. And honestly, I got to dedicate this award to Chadwick Boseman because as my brother, our time here on this planet is short. I was watching the memoriam and seeing how fast these careers go by and people's lives go by and what we do while we're here on Earth. And that's why I want to be here and be present with you guys as much as possible. So thank you. Thank you to my team. Thank you to my mom. Thank you to my dad, my brother, my sister. You guys make me who I am, and you push me to keep going and keep being solid as best I could. And yeah, I just want to thank the NAACP. I want to thank, man, I love being black. I love y'all.
So there was something else that I saw. What did I? Okay, so this is the image that I say I was gonna share with you. All right, Michael B. Jordan admiring a photo of Sidney Poitier, the first black man to win an Oscar for actor in a leading role in 1964. Jordan is the sixth. All right. The next one that I have, I'm gonna share with you someone who listed all the names of black actors who receive the Oscars. All right, so that's the picture I saw and I wanted to share with you. Who's that? Damson Idris is the next in line. Mark this down. Okay, let me pause one more thing and then I want to share with you, and then let me make sure this might be repetitive. I just don't want to skip anything. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't skip anything. All right, so this person lists all the black actors who won the award. Black men who have won the Oscar for Best Actor: Sidney Poitier, that's the image he was looking at, may he rest in peace. Denzel Washington, 2002. Jamie Foxx, 2005. Forrest Whitaker, 2007. Will Smith, 2022. Michael B. Jordan, 2026. All right, so that's that. Now, let's get back to my original recording. I answered this because after the Oscar, I didn't really record that much, so I'm editing this on March 16. My original recording was on March, when did I do the original recording? My original recording was March 16, and I'm inserting this 2 days later. Today is March 18. So let's get back to the original recording, different topic. Series of Good Men, this is extra. I'm with a family, not an institution. All right, there's a lot of talk about INVICTUS and things like that, but let me focus on my list. Actually, INVICTUS is next, so I'll put this on the list. All right, just pause. Okay, so this is my next tweet. INVICTUS's Sparks pushes back on Tom Barre's offensive lies about the INVICTUS veterans. What did he say now? I'm telling you, I've been very busy and I can't keep up with everything lately. So many of you will have to keep me up to date. What All right, that institution is going full throttle on Prince Harry's very successful charity. Yeah, they already messed up Santa Bali. That was doing so well for almost 20 years. Now they go, wait a second. Invictus is going to be next year at the UK. Why are they doing that? Because it makes him look bad. All right, this is here. I repeat, the UK for IG27 was a mistake, and the strategic TB Tom Bauer attack is proof. Prince Harry was MH. Meghan and Harry wanted to prove his family a thing by backing UK nomination, but I'm very upset. Let's pause that GIF. It's moving. It's disruptive. Prince Harry, Meghan and Harry wanted to prove his family a thing by backing the UK nomination, but I'm very upset about the violent abuse Meghan keeps getting to get at Harry and the IG. The drama might affect participants, supports, visitors. I don't know. But these people, they manufactured the narrative to get Invictus. They messed up the city where it's, is it Birmingham or something like that? There were some issues. I followed it when it first started. I don't know how I was able to direct, my attention was able to direct to that particular thing. But this is my conclusion based on what was written about it. The city of Birmingham had some issues problem. When I look into what were the issues, it seems like elected officials mess up the economy of that city. Now that city need money to revive again. And then the Invictus, out of nowhere, 2 years prior, they ignored the Invictus. They never, I highlight these in some past videos. It may not be on this channel, probably on our Port of View service or PYTE. The officials, the royal family, elected officials did not bother to not, how will I say, support or send some positive vibe to the participant who were gonna go to the Netherlands, to boost their energy. There were none. I highlighted because I didn't see it at that time. Okay, it was at the end of the Invictus Netherlands, someone from one of those offices who take care of veterans things, I think it's Department of Defense. At the end of the Invictus Netherlands, that person came out to show his support. And I was like, but the game is over. I think it was the last day of the Invictus, the last events that were supposed to happen. He came out and said something. And I was like, out of all those days the Invictus was going on, this is when you come to say something? And then the following year, almost the same thing, and then out of nowhere that guy came out to say a couple $1 million was being invested to get the Invictus. And I'm like, why don't they use that money to fix the economy of Birmingham? So they manufactured the situation in Birmingham to be in need of money, to sympathize, to send the sympathy for the Invictus, because majority of the people who work at Invictus, I think board members, I don't know. You could look it up. I could be wrong, but you could look it up. But at that time when I looked, it was majority of them were Brits. Okay, it makes sense because it started there. Harry and all of the people that he knows, they were Brits. So they gave that, I think the last two cities that were up for the bid for the Invictus, at that time, Biden was in office. And everything was somewhat reasonable, unlike how it is now with Trump in power. Even that, where peace, the U.S. street were somewhat in peace with Biden in office, I was against it from being in the UK, in the U.S. But they gave it to the UK. So now they start with their negativity. It's a way, I think, to prevent Meghan from showing up. These people are ridiculous. And I did say, we don't know if Meghan gonna show up. And I did say, they're gonna pick up exactly where they left off after the Queen passed. If I was Harry, if this continue, I will say, cancel it, because that negativity that keeps on going and the way the world is, it's putting a lot of people in harm's way. And then let's not forget the Israel people gonna show up there too, because they're part of the INVICTUS as well. So just cancel it right now while the world is in freaking chaos. It's unbelievable how these people, and then people in position of power are not saying anything to put a stop to it. So I will just cancel it. All right, let's read this and then move to the next one. I stayed too long in that. William is not satisfied with Harry being gone from the country. He wants to take everything away from Harry. He better be wary of this obsession because he will self-destruct. We already know he's an alcoholic. He wants everything. He's gonna end up with nothing. Look what's happening to Israel. They wanted everything. Their last country to go, they wanted to go after. Look what that country is doing to them. Okay, Sykes is having a meltdown on Substract, attacking both IG and Central. What the hell is wrong with these people? Why all of a sudden? Tom Bauer is a menace and a fool. Okay, there's that. Let me leave that alone because I need to finish. Next tweet. I've been very busy. I haven't been around to go around the internet to see what's going on. A lot of the thing that's going on is mostly about the war. Shame on the royal family, Psycho Friend, and at the time for allowing Tom Bauer to trash the veteran of Prince Harry's INVICTUS game. Vets have expressed the positive impact of this game, some even saying they would be dead had it not been for INVICTUS. Okay, so this one is almost 5 minutes. It's already too long for me. There will be screenshot in between, but pay attention. Listen.
In war, there are no limits when it comes to trauma. Some injuries you see, many you don't. All have the kind of impact you can't quite measure.
One of the videos I just finished edit, in that particular video, somebody, a U.S. serviceman who I think 3 or 4 kids, just lost his life in the Middle East, and he left twins and I think 2 other kids, and the kids are like probably under 7 years old. Oh my God, the wife.
I saw what was left of my arm. You kind of lose your identity.
I started to go unconscious without a warning. I could never be on my own with our little girl Maya. I became withdrawn, isolated, completely the opposite to who I was, and I thought the world was better without me.
It took me a while to really understand my life wasn't over, it was just the end of a life. And once I was able to drop that, I was able to focus on who I could become.
There's no one way for veterans to find themselves again after war. But over the last 10 years, the INVICTUS games have provided a remarkable path forward for thousands of them.
I was actually in hospital. We got an email for the INVICTUS games, and my husband said, "Please, Michelle, just try it." I wasn't sporty. How can I recover through the power of sport? And he put his hand on my leg and he said, "Please, Michelle, we're losing you."
Just because we've been injured, we're not out of the fight. Serving my country has been an incredible honor, but in INVICTUS, showing other people what you're capable of, it's another way to serve my country.
Here comes Jason Smith.
I know what my disabilities are and I know how I'm seen. INVICTUS is the light at the end of the tunnel.
And the games don't merely help the competitors heal and grow. They guide entire families towards hope as well.
It was a good time. It was the first time we sort of knew that we were going to get your mum back.
What's your favourite moment at the tournament? I'll always remember that. Everyone was cheering for you.
And it's game on down under for the 2018 INVICTUS Games.
I was scared, sucking in the water, and my goggles were filling up with tears. About 3/4 of the way there, the whole place went mental. Everybody had finished. Them whole crowds were for me, just to get me to that end.
Michelle Turner touches the wall as well.
I looked up and Mate was cheering and she come running down the steps and she gave me a hug. I made her proud of me that day for coming last, but it was miles more than that for us as a family. I was out of the house, I promised I would continue what I was doing.
Thank you to you for standing by me through everything, for being so brave, age 4, and then helping me all along since.
The best thing about these games is that you can see everybody grow, going from my life is over to my life is flourishing. Being able to represent my country, I never thought I would have that chance again. My family's been my biggest supporters. When my kids get to tell me that they're proud of me, it means a lot. Sorry.
How do you thank somebody for creating an Invictus Games that changes your life, that changes your little girl's life? I don't have the words, but I know thousands and thousands of lives have been changed by these games.
The Invictus Games changed my life.
Auch mal ein bisschen die schweren Zeiten hinter sich zu lassen.
It's saving lives. It's healing lives.
게임을 통해서 내 전쟁의 상처를 조금 치유를 받고.
Gives me a hell of a sense of pride to represent my country again.
Je suis forte et que je suis peut-être même plus forte que je ne pense.
I can really make that one.
So stay strong and finish strong and never quit.
We may have provided the platform, but you provided the magic. You have shown us joy can emerge from struggle, and for that, we are eternally grateful.
Alright, so that was kind of long. I let it play. There will be a screenshot. Okay, I have James O'Brien. Is it? Okay, I have a different one. Is that the same one? It's absolutely. Okay, so this was my next tweet on my list. So let's go straight to it. All right, let's pause. It's It's absolutely unforgivable to allow such smear to persist. This disinformation is insidious, as the British press works to undermine Prince Harry and his high-profile spouse, falsely framing them due to the dysfunctional, immoral senior member of the British royal family. All right, so let's listen to James O'Brien. It's absolutely unforgivable. Okay, I think that's the same one. Okay, so this is old. This is back in 2024. All right, James O'Brien says it best that envy is at the heart of the vitriol against the Sussexes. They, Harry and Meghan, are simply better at everything. 1 minute and 2 seconds.
Envy, isn't it? The whole point of the attacks upon Prince Harry and his wife, whether they're coming from within the palace, on the record, off the record, nowhere near the record, or whether it's coming from Fleet Street, is because they're simply better at everything. They're better at PR, they're more media savvy, they're more articulate, they're more empathetic, crucially they're more accomplished. Look at their careers, compare their careers. They're more accomplished and they're more attractive. So here is the real sin of Harry Windsor, and this only occurred to me last night. But the real reason for the hatred, the viciousness, and this astonishing level of abuse is because they make a complete mockery of royalty itself. The idea that he gets the top job and he sits in the sidecar for the rest of his life is absolutely absurd. But we can never ever admit that because it shakes the very foundations of the royal family.
See, the problem that William probably going through is because throughout his life, they've been telling him that he's number one, his brother will be nothing. Or when they're doing joint engagement, Harry and William will always interfere, letting people know that Harry will be drinking and smoking and do all of that.
How about you, Harry?
He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer.
Has there been any kind of diva demands or sort of pop stars you've had to deal with that have been quite tricky?
I couldn't possibly be so indiscreet.
The
Spice Girls were quite keen to... He's been the hardest. He's, some cigarettes somewhere and a beer, that's about it, really.
So now that Harry is not that, once Harry become older, he progress, he look at things around him, he see things that he like, dislike. He's a thinker, okay? And he is a doer, Harry, that is. So when he realized this is what they want for him, he started doing things to get himself out of this cage. So there are many interviews. When you plug them together, you will see that Harry was telling people how he wants his life. But the thing is that the institution kept on pulling him down. Each time he tried to take a grip to move out of the cage, figuratively speaking, let's say he wants to do something, they push him down. He could have been much higher in rank when he was in the military, from what I've heard. But because of his brother, they prevent that. I mean, look at it. The other brother, the institution, the monarchy, the crown is awaiting for him until his father died. Look what he's wasting his time on doing. Focusing on his brother who's doing something completely different. Instead of educating himself, prepare himself to be worthy of the crown. Look at in Iran. What do you call him? The one that they killed. The father was bombed out. Now the son took over. Look how the mental strength of him continuing what his father was started. Okay? But anyway, I don't know if William will ever learn. Maybe he's doing that to pretty much end the institution. It might be better off for everybody. All right, next tweet. Never acknowledge your deceased mother, who you label paranoid while taking millions from her abusers. That's William. William stood in front of national television saying his mother is paranoid.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia, displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others. It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia, and isolation that I remember from those final years with her.
And making deal with the papers, undermine, what his mother stood for. Today, you attempt to pull a publicity stunt while ignoring your wife and the mother of your own children. When was that? The 15th. Yesterday. What did he do? Was it when they were doing the coffee thing? Oh, God. Maybe he has realized she was the only woman who actually loved him. She will be awful disappointed at what he has become. Okay. Prince Harry is a warrior who fought for his mother's name and honor. Next to him below, some girl named William, oh my God, William, who took millions of pounds hush money payment from Rupert Murdoch not to fight for Diana's name, and look the other way, Prince William's, Meghan. Okay, so they're talking about, we were able to aware of the hush money when Harry went to court, and it was, it was stated. I just pray no one falls for this stunt. He's so eager to do it and try to outdo his brother that he forgot to mention his own wife, who is a mother. I wonder what he said. I wasn't online yesterday. All right, he's aiming now for the sympathy vote. He also said her truth should be buried and Diana should be silenced forever. That interview was one of Diana's finest hours. She spoke of truthfully and bravely. That of her so-called son, that's William, who wanted the Panorama interview to be like nobody should ever use it. Sadly, after being duped by Martin Bashir in the interview where she bare her soul to him, Diana was paranoid as her trust was broken. Nah. She was not paranoid at all. She knew what she was saying. Maybe you should seek out the context in which William stated this fact instead of... He said he was living with her and for someone, okay, I'll put the part where he was saying that for someone who's been living with paranoia, he remember how things were.
It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia and isolation that I remember from those final years with her.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against her?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife of the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
Now, for someone who loves his mom, will not be doing that. Will not take money or hush money. This would have been his time to talk and defend his mother. Alright, so that's that. Let's leave it alone. Next tweet. Sussex Squad, Meghan Markle. Okay, in a few minutes I have to go wake up my kids.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we asked for forgiveness and please come back.